Rewind 2020 just got cancelled this year, and it was yet another thing to be cancelled due to whatever word encapsulates all of 2020.
I mean, YouTube Rewind, at least to me, was never cringe. I always found it, actually, yes, it was cringe. I considered it like r/cringe, just like concentrated into video form, but that was a charm of it. It was a charm to get creators from all around the world with big Hollywood names trying to cash in on a trend. You know, everyone was on a battle bus together. And that was a fun moment, and now they couldn't do that because of, you know, the world we live in now, the new normal as they say it.
On November 12th, YouTube put out a tweet with the caption, "About Rewind this year." As you can see by reading the picture, they explained why they were taking a break from Rewind this year for the first time since 2010. It was nice that they also recognized that a lot of good came from the creators.
Now, I actually really like the message in that last paragraph that YouTube said. I feel like this year, as shit as it's been, a lot of us have spent a majority of our time inside our houses, right? Whether we wanted to or whether we didn't, it was all up to how the system worked. I genuinely have discovered creators, not just in gaming, but in multiple other circles. I'm actually a huge person that watches woodworking channels now. I recently got into airsoft stuff, so thank you, YouTube, for helping me find other people in the free time that I had while working, and that was genuinely a great treat.
Considering how often it feels like us creators on YouTube aren't as important to the company as celebrities or Jimmy Fallon.
Rogue One, a Star Wars Breath TV spot. Oh, it's just a straight up ad. That's trending. What's number 3? A fucking ad for a movie. Number 4, a promotion for Disney's new movie.
This was surprisingly a big deal, even outside of YouTube. It got into the mainstream media, like this article by the Washington Post about YouTube wanting to forget 2020 as much as the rest of us. Strangely enough, this was predicted back in January in a Minecraft build stream by RT Game where he asked his viewers to represent 2020 in Minecraft. YouTubers and viewers were very divided on this choice. Some people like Hank Green thought that it was a good choice, and others like iNabber or Mudahar wanted it to happen to clown on it like with 2018's.
However, that said, I feel bad that YouTube Rewind is canceled. I wanted to laugh at the memes, I wanted to make fun of it, I wanted to rip on it in jest, but unfortunately, I think this cancellation is just a stark reminder of where we are in today's world.
As part of their now deleted goodbye livestream, Mark and Ethan of Unus Annus had these thoughts about Rewind being cancelled.
Yeah. Give them something to hate. If YouTube's gonna get hated anyway, no matter what they do, be the lightning rod. I've said that before. I'll be the lightning rod of hate. Hate me, I don't care.
Yeah.
YouTube should take that attitude. It would have been a terrible move making the YouTube Rewind 2020, but God, that's what I think people needed.
Yeah.
I know that this series is mostly about criticizing YouTube, but I think that the company made a good choice to cancel Rewind. I am glad that it was cancelled this year rather than having a cringe-filled forced Zoom video filled with an obvious political agenda, but I do miss being able to laugh at the newest memes.
Yeah, it's Rewind time.
Or what the YouTube executives think is hip these days. They say that the rewinds are for us, the creators, but they had recently become more for the advertisers as a way to show off advertiser-friendly creators. But this year, since there was no official rewind, the torch was passed back to us, the creators. This is something that I had suggested last year, that content creators should be in charge of the rewind. I do also think that YouTube may have had a 1000 IQ idea like, can't get dislikes if you don't upload a video. In the replies of YouTube's tweet, you can see MatPat's tweet saying, "We can help," as he had organized a charity livestream with many large creators with the goal of raising $1 million for St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. With the help of many people and brands, including YouTube's CEO, over $3 million was raised.
I think it's safe to call this one at $3 million for the day. Whatever doesn't end up in there for the remainder for the 3, we will put in the rest. This was 3 times as much as we hoped to raise today. So I don't really know what to say other than thank you to every single person, every single guest who donated, and everyone who made this possible.
I want to say thank you too, because like we've alluded to it a couple times throughout the stream, but this has been a project that has been the full year in the works, and to see the outpouring of support from all the creators and all the brands, and we've had to plan this stream like no less than 3 or 4 times because of how crazy the world has been this year, and I went into it being like, we will be lucky to get anywhere close to $1 million.
In a day, in one day.
And bit by bit, it started to come together.
This would have happened regardless of whether or not YouTube Rewind ran this year, but this still served as a beacon of hope in what many would consider a dark and hopeless year. With Rewind put back into the hands of individual creators and communities, some unique interpretations of YouTube Rewind appeared this year. A notable one is the YouTube musical, which also happened in 2019.
Unus Annus. Unus Annus. Ladies and gents, it's been a hellish year for humankind. Betcha if you tried, you couldn't put it out your mind.
The official version of this was deleted due to people feeling like one song parodying Jenna Marbles quitting was done in bad faith. In November, MrBeast said on Twitter that he'd be making a rewind since YouTube wasn't going to, but it's currently December 29th while writing this script, and unless I missed it, I don't see an official version made by MrBeast. Strangely enough, PewDiePie's yearly rewind didn't happen this year either, possibly for the same exact reasoning that YouTube had.
And honestly, I feel like if a rewind was to happen, I know there's people who are genuinely kind of pissed about this, but I think we actually understand, okay? Listen, you cannot have a YouTube rewind where every month we are on the verge of the end, okay? Literally in a span of a year, can you remember everything terrible that ever happened? It's like that moment from South Park where they're like, man, this city had a lot of good for us. And it's just like natural disasters, footage of the worst things happening. That's pretty much what 2020 effectively is, right? Believe it or not, it's not hard to understand that. I think this year we were almost at like the brink of World War or some crazy shit like that.
Of course TheTekkitRealm did his yearly rewind video. Like always, it was filled to the brim with memes, but also showcased both some of the good and bad events within the year.
If you fail on Monday, the only way it's a failure on Monday is if you decide to not progress from that, right? So to me, that's why failure is not existent. Because, you know, if I fail today, okay, I'm gonna learn something from that failure and I'm gonna try again on Tuesday.
This year, I was a part of a small YouTuber rewind as well. In this video, I'll be showing you how to paint Chaos Warriors for Hero Quest or Warhammer. This particular color scheme is based off of Black Legion Chaos Space Marines, but that was quickly deleted as there was some sort of drama with people no longer wanting their clips to be included. It also seemed like the small YouTuber rewind was disorganized, rushed, and possibly hastily edited to get it out as fast as possible. The Streamys, a YouTube creator award show, still ran this year too. I may address this in a separate video, but the Streamys has their own set of problems similar to Rewind. MrBeast was actually Creator of the Year in 2020 instead of it being Tana Mojo like last year. This matters because Tana's done a lot of unethical and questionable things, whereas MrBeast seems like a charitable guy. Another thing that YouTube did was email some creators a 2020 year in review showing their stats and audience metrics, but I didn't get one, so the Tubebuddy year in review will have to suffice. So without further ado, here's my year in review. So let's take a look at these stats now that they've all scrolled down and loaded. I began 2020 with 295 subs and 14.3k views. I had 133 uploads as well. My top 3 uploads of 2020 are number 3, my banner tutorial at 5.3k views. Number 2, my Easy Ender Pearl tutorial at 6.3k views. My number 1 is a video that I was actually not sure if I was going to make in the end because I had a math test and I was busy that weekend, my Unus Annus video. At the time of this Tubebuddy review, it was sitting at around 22k views. Pretty good, I'd say. Now let's take a look at my performance from this year versus last year. Last year, in 2019, I only gained around 150 subscribers. This year, I gained closer to 430. That's a 188% change. Nothing major. And then here's the big stat that I like. Views gained, 2019. This is for the entire year. 9.21k views. 2020, 103k views. Big difference there. Only 1000%. That's a lot. Whew. Videos uploaded in 2019, it was 46, and in 2020, it was 36. That's still significantly fewer than one a week, but considering that I'm a full-time student, I'd say that that's pretty good. And that lower number is also because I'm not uploading something that's super rushed. I'm taking my time with my videos, and they get out when they get out. And how I'm ending the year is with 721 subs, 118k views, and 169 uploads. I also got around 3,000 likes, 340 comments, 250 shares, and 3,900 hours watched. And yeah, of course, there's this gif of The Office with Boogie Wonderland. I just want to see something with the calculator. Apparently, people have watched my content for 161 days, if my math is correct. It's crazy to me that in total, that's 161 days of doing nothing but watching my content. That is mind-blowing. Thank you everybody so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please do give me a like and a sub because it really helps me out. And I will see you all in my next video. Goodbye.